Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the European crossover webinar. And we are seeing the bunds make new all-time lows again in yields. Just a moment. And certainly the euro is going to moved even further lower. We've seen the cable break 120, continue to move lower here. Same old thing with the cash dollar index, actually, but inverse relationship in that it's moving higher. We do have a posted in the Asian session a daily level here up at 99.44. We'll see if we're able to reach that. I thought we might even reach it, may have been able to reach it in the Asian session had the RBA have taken some action and cut rates. They kept things steady. Although I think there were a couple of forecasts that were looking for a drop. But we are here at the cash dollar index, just barely up or near. I think maybe potentially we can still make one more run towards that 99.44. We shall see. And the euro actually have a support level at 9.28. I thought they were, once again, I thought they were going to hit that in the Asian session as we continue to move lower, but we haven't hit yet at this time. We'll go and take a look at where the bunds quickly. And you can see here new all-time highs in bunds, obviously inverse the all-time lows in yields. Another jump up. I mean, I would have thought we would probably, stalled around this area, but no, we didn't. We turned around and made a further move up here, and gold just holding up relatively steady, not reacting at all towards rates at this point because of this potential, because of the strength with the dollar. Let's just go into a quick stab at the news real quick. It's very, very light. One story, and then we'll get into the analysis. So sterling plunges as Parliament returns. Sterling plunged to its lowest in almost 3 years on Tuesday as the UK Parliament returns from recess and takes on the government's Brexit plans, possibly triggering a general election. The pound fell below 120 as London trading began and dropped to its lowest since a flash crash of October 2016. Ignoring that the downward spike, the pound's decline on Tuesday to as low as 119.71 will be its lowest since 1985. Nervousness surrounding UK assets is rising over the twin prospect of the no-deal Brexit on October 31st, and a general election should either before or shortly after that date. Government sources and press speculation say if UK PM Boris Johnson is defeated on Tuesday in a parliamentary move to prevent his leaving to the European Union on October 31st without a deal, he might call a snap election for as soon as October 14th. Meanwhile, UK courts will hear a case to prevent the PM suspending Parliament from next week until the middle of next month. World markets elsewhere on tenterhooks amid the U.S.-China trade war and the Brexit drama. Shanghai, Tokyo, and Seoul were steady to lower, with Hong Kong stocks underperforming again. Chinese offshore yuan recovered after a slide to fresh lows late Monday. U.S. markets returned from holiday later on Tuesday, with Wall Street stock futures still down about 7/10 since last Friday. European stocks were steadier. Euro dollar continued to weaken below 110, reaching its lowest in more than 2.5 years at 9.29. Speculation the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates by just a quarter point this month is buoying the dollar while markets continue to bet on more aggressive European Central Bank easing. Trade war fears reverberate through the developing markets and stocks and currencies. The broad emerging market equity index fell 7/10, and currencies fell to 10-month lows. China's onshore yuan weakened for a third straight day, touching its lowest since January of 2008 at 713.71 to the dollar. It recovered in offshore markets after tumbling to record lows on Monday. Currencies elsewhere struggling against a dollar, climbing to a 28-month peak. In European corporate news, shares of the British plumbing products company Ferguson are expected to get a lift, and we're not going to bother with something like that. But let's go and move on. And we're going to start the analysis. And as I mentioned, looking over here, I had put on here that I was looking for a move potentially. Well, we're looking for firmer support. We call it firmer support. Initial support at 948 with firmer support at 928. So let's go and move into the euro. And 928 is actually going to be our let me pull this up here. It's actually going to be today's bias chart support. And you can see where I'm pulling this 928 across the board right here. See it right there. That previous high right here, here across, and just the previous low, taking that out by a bit. A lot of good volume here. So once again, it's going to be 929. I apologize, 928 for the bias chart support. And resistance, can we find resistance? Is there, I mean, let's go and take a look at this real quick. This thing is just free falling, essentially almost. Take a look here. It's going to be right there at 9, looks like it appears 966. Yeah, 966. I mean, we're in the throes of a pretty good fall. Obviously, with Boons continue to make record lows again. But as I mentioned here, and they put on here, it got as low as 929. I didn't see the 929. I saw right there, you can see that 931. That's what was the low that I saw because I was looking to take a stab at 928. But so we haven't seen 928 or 929. The lowest I've seen so far is 931. But depending on your quote service or whatever, yours may have hit. I'm just showing here through TradingView, the low being 931. On the upside, it is going to be right here at 966. And with that, let's go move on to the cable. We continue to push lower, and you have to wonder, like, how much further. We did have this area before here is 1989. Let's see, the day's lows already been at 1958. Let's see if there's anything we can point to on this thing. Even if you took a fib on here, an extension would still push it much lower than we've been at. So 127% extension would take us down to 1933. We've already come off quite a bit. I mean, from right here with these lows here. We're just going to mark off the day's lows because that'd be another big drop here. Tell you what, we'll go with 1958 and then 1933 with the 127% extension of this range here. So and as far as resistance is going to be right there at 2038. There we go. And let's go move into the Aussie now. In the RBA, they didn't take any. They did not cut, so they kept things steady. Although I'm not going to pay much attention to the talk afterwards. The key thing was whether they were going to take cut or not. And the key thing is that we did go in and hold this area here. They've had the 66.71. We are making a bit of a stand here. Bear with us. So it's going to be right there at 66.97 for support. We dipped just a bit lower here, but that's been the key level. So we'll go with this 66.97. Have that in place. And for resistance, is going to remain right in here. This 67.53. That will remain the same here. Let's go and move into the Kiwi. And we had marked on here the Aussie dollar marking time while awaiting favorable China-US trade news talk, but obviously we haven't gotten. Aussie has absorbed negative rate talk and week's data of late, holding just above the band support level here. 65.80, 66.70. Resistance is 68.31 with a daily close above 67.89 to generate further short covering. But for today, this is the focus right now, the 66.97 and the resistance we had in place already, 67.53. Let's go and move into the Kiwi. So as the Kiwi slid further towards key weekly support at 62.05, a break would target 58.50. Initial support is 62.55 with resistance, the prior broken support level of 63.89. This is on a bigger term basis, 62.55 to 63.89. But we're going to move into what we're looking at for today. And for today, we're holding just above the 62.72. That's key right there. If we break that, obviously we're heading much lower. So it's going to be Guess it's not taking the leading zero in this box. I don't know why. Boom. And let's go move into the dollar CAD. Well, we finally are getting above this 633.36. That's been the key level, but we have this marked off. Let's see if we kept the. Says dollar CAD is struggling at the 33.36 level. Friday's session took another failed stab at the 33.36. The pair is open to slide back to 32.36 with the solid support at 31.93. Resistance remains at 33.36. A break above allows a challenge of 34.15. We finally get break above here, and let's see. And the initial resistance is 33.82. And the door is open to move higher now, right up in here to this 34.15-ish area here. But for right now, this is the immediate resistance here. Let's see if we can find something here on the 2-hour chart. There's that 34.15. Let's go with today's 33.82. And now we've got a little bit past this 36. It's still open for 34.15, but if you think about it, look at the cash dollar index. It's still pushing much higher, and we haven't even taken out 60 right now. We're above the 33.36, which is key, but it's going to be 33.82 with support coming in. And for now, support is going to be 33.01 on the dollar CAD. Let's go into the dollar peso. Says the dollar peso closed the week on minor support level at 20.05. Although bullish, the pair is open to a pullback to 1985 with solid support at 1967. Resistance is 2013 with a 2-hour close above, allowing a challenge of 2032. So right now we're showing the resistance we're having is going to be the 2013. And today we reached, actually made it right up here to 2016. We'll take a look here on a 2-hour chart. And right there. Just put it right there, 2014 4. And support's going to come in right there, 2003 here. You're trying to hold these lows. They've actually done okay. I mean, when we got in the Asian session, like I said, the low has been at 931. And I've got the firmer support at 928. I thought we might take that one stab to dip into the lower 920s before making the stand, but they're holding up relatively well when you think about how far the balloon is kind of pushed. I mean, it's relatively well in the sense that we haven't made new lows since Asia. Bear with me. Let's go move into the dollar yen. The dollar yen successfully defended the flash crash level of 464. The pair remains confined by the upper level of 676, with the daily close above allowing a challenge of the 805. Support comes in at 572. A daily close below the 5 even would set us up for a pair with an eventual move to 323. So kind of stuck in no man's land with this dollar yen. It's been that way for a little while. We'll take a look at it on a closer 2-hour chart. We're talking about the 676 on the daily, and right now, resistance, at least for now, is shown here at 640. So we'll go 640 on the bias chart resistance. And despite the strength of the dollar, we're not garnering very much with the yen at all. And it's surprising to see. I saw the data coming out. They're looking about the tax hike, and they were saying had indicated out of Japan that they thought they may have seen some strength ahead of the tax hike. No strength whatsoever. No, as far as sales. Despite that, the yen is not weakening. And let's take a look here as far as the bias chart support. It's just going to have to be right there. And that could be a trigger right there, which is going to be 565. And let's go and move ahead to the cash dollar index. The dollar index is closed at its best levels above the prior resistance, allowing a challenge of 99.44 with initial resistance at 99.18. Well, we got past that 99.18. Support comes in at 98.35. So our bias chart resistance for today is going to be this 99.44. Right there, you can see that coming across. And I thought we might even had a chance to tag it in Asia. I think we would have actually tagged it, maybe even exceeded a bit, had the RBA had cut. We'll move into the 2-hour chart to see as far as support, because this thing's been up, up, up and away. Support comes in right there at 98.92. And we do have UK PMI construction here in the swap, comes up in the next few moments. But this pair is just up, up and away. We did reach that. Well, we didn't quite reach it. The 127% extension is 99.40 right here, this range. That's just on these closes on Friday where you'll see the market just drop, and that's not really where it's actually trading. You just see a quick drop. You saw it on another Friday, but this is actually right here. 99.40 would actually be the 127% extension. And I actually have a level there at 99.44. So a nice confluence coming in right there at that price. But our bias chart resistance, once again, is going to be the daily, which I've got for 99.44. And let's go on and move into the cross rates. The New Zealand yen is teetering between minor support of 66.68 and major weekly levels 67.15. A further drop will target 65 cents. Initial resistance is 67.90, followed by 68.88. So this is going to be a box chart 66.68. And moving on to and right here, you can see is going to be right there, that 60. Construction PMI came in at 45 versus 46.5, four straight contraction. And Going to go right here with 67.24 for the bias chart resistance on QEN. Let's take a look here with the Euro Yen. The Euro Yen is closed at new lows on its way to 1620. Now we're even exceeding 1620. A further break moves the pair to 1520 with the potential to 14 even. Resistance is the broken key weekly support. So we had 1620, and let's take a look here on the intraday. Well, 1611 is the 127% extension of this move. Was 1555. We've been as low as 1585. Yeah, let's go with that 1555. Anything can happen on a Monday, and we still have Boone's moving to record lows. Let's go with which is 161% extension. Resistance. Right there. For right now, I've got 1634. That should be right there. 1648 for resistance on Euro Yen. And let's go move into the Euro odd. The euro has broken the major weekly level of 63.41, allowing for a challenge of 61.76 with initial support at 62.39. And you can see right here at 62.39. Obviously, with the Aussie being so weak, it's kind of holding up better than the euro is holding up better than against other pairs. But let's take a look here on a 2-hour chart. Yeah, it's going to be 62.51 for the bias chart support. And resistance right there at 63. Actually lowered just a bit. 63.38. 63.38. And onto the Euro Kiwi. The Euro Kiwi just closed just ahead of support level 73.74 after taking out the 4 prior daily closes, setting up a challenge of major weekly breakout level of 73.09 with additional support at 72.70. So we're just hanging on right in here. Let's go and move into the 2-hour chart. Yeah, that immediate support's going to be right there, 73.65. And resistance will be 74.58 if things can turn around a little bit for the euro. And let's go to the Aussie yen. Okay, the Aussie yen is trading quietly, lacking momentum, simply waiting for any semblance of positive U.S.-China trade news. The pair has sustained weak Aussie data, yet holding its head just above water. Resistance is 72.58 with support 70.68. And you can see right there, the 70.68 coming right there. Really no change in here. Let's take a look here. As we're just simply marking time. But we'll go with 70.68 as we mentioned there. And resistance, 71.82. 71.81 just fine. Now let's move into the guppy. The guppy is floundering at 29.54 level without a clear direction. Resistance is at 130 with support at 129. This is, I mean, right now, obviously now we're sliding because of the weakness here in sterling. We have broken, so resistance is, I mean, support is now back to that key level. Remember that hit almost right to the pip, which is, I think we got those 26, we had 26.54, and if I remember correctly, the low was 26.56. So it's going to be 26.54 for our support. Looks like we may have taken close, but not yet. So it's going to be 26.54. No volume to get, yeah, right there. Right there. 28.17. Wow, that's still quite a ways, but that's where the resistance starts coming. If we get some kind of a bounce back, it won't come back until 28.17. This is a pretty good drop here from the 8 down here to 16. Actually, gonna move this a little bit lower here, right there. 27.88. And let's go move into sterling odd. Even against the Australian, it's losing its momentum. Let's go and take a look here. And starting out close below the support level of 80.89, allowing for a challenge of 78.73. Well, we've even broken below that. So let's go move into the 2 hour. I don't see anything worthy of a. Let's take a look here. Like a fib here. Well, Bosch, I mean, the 78% doesn't come in until 77.27. We've got some volume coming in here right there. Actually, that's where we found the support here. See that volume coming in at 77.99, called 78 even. Call that 78.01. There's the volume resistance right in here coming right there. Still a little bit of a jump, but it's going to be 79.03. So a lot of room to dance around in here. Let's take a look at this. Now sliding into bearish. Euro's up at 9.48 at this point. Once again, the low is 9.31. I've got what I called firmer support at 9.28. I thought we might hit it in Asia. I posted that in Asia, but RBA didn't cut, so I thought the dollar had a chance to push even higher. Let's go into one of the other screens. So once again, you can see here we've had new all-time lows in yields as far as the balloons, obviously inverse with prices, higher prices. You can see here with the U.S. yields, not new low, but you're seeing it here with the boom, which has kept the pressure up in the euro. Euro, like I said, we did get down to 931. I had supported from the basic technical analysis over the weekend at 948 with firmer support at 928. We didn't quite make it to the 928. Came about 3 pips before hitting that. S&Ps are still holding up relatively well, and gold's still quiet. Although yields are going in the right direction for gold, the dollar is taking its toll. They're kind of working like a ball and chain on this, but it isn't breaking lower. Okay. And bear with me. So once again, with a quick recap, we did get the euro to come down to 931. I thought we might come down to 928. We'll go and touch base once again here with the euro on the daily and show you where I'm coming up with the 928 here. See right now, we can pull this further back. You can see there's quite a bit of volume coming in at 928. So you can see why the euro may try and make a stand here. I was maybe willing to make it a stab. I thought in Asia we might take a stab. I thought, okay, if it shoots below it, anything like down to 922-ish is going to be good, I thought. But we didn't make that stab. It certainly looked like it was heading that way, and I thought a stab looked like it was going to come right in order, a stab below 928, but market stopped at 931. But you can see the volume touches here. You see that coming all the way across here? A lot of volume coming in here at 928. Why I was saying about firmer support. You see that? Look at this. We come down here and we hold. Then we eventually break. We come in here and look at this whole big cluster in here around this 928. We rally up. We come back. Where do we find support down here? 928. Now we kind of overshot it by maybe 5 pips, but essentially 928. Same thing here. A lot of volume here. So I would keep an eye on this if we can make one more dip going into the U.S. session, or during that session if we do. One moment. Also keep an eye on the dollar CAD. We are now above the 33.36, which has been holding this market. But I would have thought we would have jumped much further in light of that. Moment. It does open the door for 34.15. We do have Bank of Canada coming up also this week. But in the meantime, look at this 33.83 right there. You see that? 33.82. We may just pop up in there and maybe kind of struggle a bit. So just something to keep an eye on. Dollar yen still having a tough time. We've seen, I saw continued weakened Japanese data, not making a difference. Also, they thought they might have some extra sales ahead of a tax hike. Nothing. So you would have thought that with weakening yen, or that the data is, you would suggest a weakening yen. And then with the dollar strength, and then you look at the S&Ps with that, and man, we can't get a lift out of this dollar yen. Why I think a break lower is going to lead to a move down to 323. I am looking for a new range of 122 to 323, but obviously that's to be a little bit further out. Dollar peso trading relatively quiet. We've got 2014 in the Asian analysis. We had 2013 as our upside. So we've adjusted for today's bias chart, 2014 on the upside, 2003 on the downside for bias chart support. And that's what we have here. So I'll go and get the bias chart posted. Thanks for joining us here on the European Crossover webinar.